So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you 3 projects that we've been doing at Google under the umbrella of something called the Google Cultural Institute. It's quite a heavy name, but essentially it's a non-profit, non-commercial wing of Google that's focusing on trying to see how technology can help the cultural sector. The first project that I'm going to show you is called the Google Art Project, and it was started by me and a couple of my friends at Google around 3 years ago. A disclaimer, I'm not an art expert. I've not studied art. I pretty much know nothing about art, and it's an accidental journey that has brought me on this stage to talk about art and technology. So let's get started straight into the product, because that's more fun than me talking. So I don't know if you can see what's on my computer. All right, great. So the Google Art Project essentially is it's a website. Very simply put, it's a website. But what's special about it is we worked with some of the world's leading museums. We started actually in Europe and the US with 17 museums to bring their digital collections online in a way that's never been seen before online. We also did street view. We did tours inside the museums. Now that project of 17 museums has expanded over the last 2 years, and I'm going to give you the final numbers after I show you the product. So you come to a website like this. This is a fantastic work depicting Marilyn. And essentially, you have at your fingertips collections from across the world that you can get into. Just for the benefit of, I hope the internet is going to be strong, but let's just jump to Delhi. And let's go into the 2 partners we have in India, the NGMA and the National Museum. I'm going to start with the National Museum. And I'm going to show you what's really different about this, apart from being an aggregated site of pictures. Let's click on one of my favorite paintings. It's called Radha and Krishna and the Boat of Love. It's an unknown painting. There's not a lot of data about this painting. What we did using something called gigapixel technology is really allow users at the touch of a fingertip, without downloading any software, to start getting into details of an artwork. This is happening real time. I haven't really cached any of this. You can obviously go as deep as the canvas lets you. And just to understand how far we are in this painting, I'm going to now slowly zoom out. And that's where we were. Now, when you apply this to different types of artworks, different mediums of artwork, you get some really, really exciting examples. I'm going to take you now actually to a painting at the Metropolitan Museum in New York called The Harvesters. I just want to show this to you very quickly, because this is where the power of detail really shines through. So this is a very famous painting by Peter Bruegel, and it's an amazing painting. We don't have time to take you through a lot of the interesting stuff. I'll just show you this guy here who stares at me every time I zoom in. His eyes are extremely, extremely piercing. And essentially, they're depicting, a farmer's workday. So while I was digitizing this painting, I noticed something going on around here. So I'm going to actually zoom into that. And the more I went in, the more I wanted to find out what exactly is going on. And after speaking to someone at the Met, one of the curators, they explained to me that this is actually a game that used to be played in Easter Sunday in medieval times called Skål, where they used to take a stick and hit a geese. And essentially, you can even zoom in. I don't think the painter, I don't know if he intended us to zoom so much into this painting, but you can even zoom in to see where the stick meets the animal. I'm just going to zoom out and show you how far, again, we've been in the painting. So these are 2 examples. We've got over 45,000 works over here with which you can do stuff like this. You can create your own collections, share it, comment. There's a lot of stuff. I don't have time to get into it. But I'm going to show you one other important feature. And this is about, so this, for example, is the collection from the National Museum in Delhi. And we said, what if you're sitting in Europe and you want to visit this museum? You click this button, and using indoor mapping technologies, we've now got a walkthrough of the entire museum in Delhi. You can click through different rooms. You can zoom around, click on paintings, and you can visit, I think, we have currently 43 countries. You can visit museums in Japan, you can visit museums in China, in most parts of Europe. And this is more like a lean back visiting experience, not meant to replicate the museum experience, but to supplement it. So having said this, I just want to very quickly take you also to the NGMA's collection. For those of you who love the NGMA, I love the collection they have. And here, this was the first ever collection of Indian modern and contemporary art that was put online by the NGMA. So one last feature. This is a very important feature for people who are in the education sector. It's a new feature we've launched called Compare, which allows you to compare two works of art side by side. This is a very famous piece by Raja Ravi Verma, and this is a piece by Dante Gabriel Rossetti from the Tate Britain. Now, I just found these two pieces just searching. I had no idea they existed, but you can start noticing the similarities. And we've got educators now using this in the classroom for various purposes, telling their students about different styles of paintings from different parts of the world, and much more. So if you have time and you're interested, and you want to see what the youth of today and the people on the internet are thinking about these collections, I suggest you visit something called user galleries. Now, these are the non-official galleries where anybody on the internet can take paintings and put them together. My favorite currently is something called Serpents in Art. Someone has gone, I don't know who it is because it's anonymous, someone has gone and collected all the paintings that have snakes in them. And trust me, the diversity will shock you. I don't have time to load all of them, so I'm going to move to the next project very quickly. Borrowing from this idea of bringing things on the web together, we started working with archaeological sites and outdoor spaces to bring street view to them. And so we launched a project called World Wonders Project. Now, this project has over 150 locations around the world. We keep adding them every week. And essentially, let's do it by theme. And let's just say I want to go to palaces and castles. Let's just go to Kyoto, for example. At the click of a mouse, you can start navigating through one of the most amazing temples, the Nijo Castle in Kyoto, and obviously working with UNESCO and the World Monument Fund, we've got metadata here that you can read through. Again, due to lack of time, I'm moving to the third project. So you have to understand this is a culmination of around 2.5 years' work I'm trying to summarize in 7 minutes, so I'm going to move quite quickly. So here comes the interesting part. I showed you art, I showed you archaeology, but then we realized that they have it easy. Because when you see a painting, a beautiful painting or a beautiful location, you fall in love. There's no language barrier. You can zoom in, you can enjoy it. But it gets very challenging for archives. And so we've been working on a project of storytelling for archives, trying to take a simple record that in isolation might not appeal to you, but when put in context, really, really comes alive. And I'm going to take you to our latest project, which is around archives. It's on a website called the Google Cultural Institute. And essentially, we have around 52 exhibitions, 50 or 52 exhibitions currently hosted, ranging from a number of different themes, mostly around historic themes. I'm going to take you very quickly into the Nelson Mandela Archive. So we've worked very closely with the Nelson Mandela Center of Memory in South Africa to bring out the stories of his life using digital exhibitions. This is an exhibition that they put together. And essentially, it's a mixed media exhibition that brings together text, image, video, and audio, and allows you to really get deep into the archive. So again, I don't have time to take you through the entire exhibition, but I strongly urge you to spend some time on these exhibitions because you can find, there's a record here of the first meeting that Mandela had with de Klerk and the entry in his diary. As a single record, that might not appeal to you, but there's an exhibition called The Prison Years. And when you see it in context of the prison years, it is an extremely emotional experience. So I think I'm nearly out of time. And I'm going to just let you know that as of this morning, 2 hours back, we have launched another 30 museums on the Google Art project. It was not planned for this event. It was going to happen anyways, but the timing worked out beautifully. So I urge you to check them out. This time around, we've launched Hungarian poetry, urban art, and zoomorphic whistles, which I can't even pronounce, but if you want to know what that is, click on it. The thing that's really exciting for us is this project, which I just want to show you quickly. This is a project we've done around street art, and this really takes us now to places where nobody has really gone before searching for art. You're taking Renaissance, modern, contemporary, street, and really mixing them all up together for the online audience. So finally, for numbers, we have, as of this morning, 214 museums in 43 countries and over 15 to 16 million visitors using these products and engaging with them. Thank you.